I want to bring you to the US because apparently Kamala Harris is very drunk. And I couldn't really find anything that is actually interesting to me to talk about. I've talked about a lot of things that is going on in the UK, and I don't think I would add anything to the conversation anymore. But there are, however, some pretty severe incidents happening in the UK. We got more knives, and many more knife incidents in the last 72 hours alone. So I would like to bring you to the US instead with some very funny videos. Have you ever talked to a person that is really dumb but thinks he is really smart? Well, I want to show you what that feels like.
And that's what our election is about. Our election is about understanding the importance of this beautiful country of ours in terms of what we stand for around the globe as a democracy.
Funny thing is that the US is not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic with democratically elected representatives. When she says democracy, it basically just means her ideological allies. That's it. I don't think it's anything more than that.
Democracy. We know there's a duality to the nature of democracy. On the one hand, incredible strength when it is intact. What it does for its people to protect and defend their rights, their liberty, and their freedom. Incredibly strong and incredibly fragile.
I guess she is right in a sense. Democracy is fragile. The system itself is very fragile. The economy is fragile, but she doesn't care about that. She sounds smart, but in reality, she's not really smart. She doesn't. It's painful almost to talk or to watch in a sense because I cannot really follow anything she says. She's just not really that bright, is she? I think it's hard to understand really what she wants to say. I get what she's trying to say though, but it just sounds dumb when she says it. Apparently there are some videos spreading around TikTok and some other places as well of Kamala being very drunk, and her own voters apparently are catching up to this as well, and I find it really funny, so I want to show this clip.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
I believe Kamala Harris is a drunk part-time. She's a vice president sometimes, and part-time she's an alcoholic who probably drinks one too many sips of wine. I think that's probably the case, honestly.
Reality to the nature.
I want to show you this other clip as well.
Because
I think it's really quite interesting.
When we think about the strength of our democracy, you know, I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, oh, it's so strong in terms of what it does.
So apparently, according to this tweet, I cannot actually see if this is true or not, but multiple police officers have come forward stating that Kamala is 100% intoxicated, and it pretty much shows, right? Have you ever seen a drunk person in real life? This is about how they act in this clip, and she would have been charged with a DUI if she was behind the wheel of a car, which is probably true.
To uphold and protect individual rights and freedoms.
Honestly, I think they should probably have some alcohol tester or meter, whatever they're called, before they actually go out in the public like this, because this is just embarrassing. Even her own voters are making fun of it.
So strong.
Gen Z is pretty much a predominantly leftist position. They probably most likely hold a leftist position. At least the females from Gen Z, very predominantly leftist or Democrat. So I want to bring you to this other post. This is from the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, I believe. We don't have anything similar in Europe, or not in Sweden at least. But we have some things similar still, but nothing quite like this. So Palestine protests have crashed it at the DNC welcome party. This is the beginning of it.
Y'all can do better than that. Mike, the money!
150,000 people are dead. You are funding a genocide. The Harris-backed administration keeps funding money to.
Keep in mind, these are her own voters. This is the left. Her voters. Yet they are the ones disrupting this place. They have no respect for what they're actually representing, you know. It's really interesting to watch just how the left just completely destroys itself. So I have this other video. This is the left. And the left says, Killer Kamala, Kamala, however you pronounce that. God says, speaking. Honestly, I think it's really funny that Kamala Harris is it Kamala or Kamala? Her name, either way. Every single time you pronounce it wrong, she gets mad about it. But she has the most easy name to mispronounce, or just to pronounce wrong. I mean, Kamala or Kamala? How is it? How does she want it to be? I still don't know. Because her own, I believe her own supporters say the wrong thing as well. So I don't know which one it is, honestly. But this is her own voters. This is the leftist bloc that she is part of. They're disrupting themselves. They are destroying for themselves. I just don't get what is the point of this. I believe it is going to be a very interesting weekend. And if you want to be entertained, if you're not having anything on your mind or just not doing anything, I would recommend just watching this. Because there are several videos that are quite funny to look at when it comes to this DNC stuff in the US. Now, I don't have any ties. I don't know how to tie this in with the Europe. You know, I speak from a European perspective. It doesn't really represent Europe in any way. But I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to talk about it, you know. I think I'll just leave it there. Leave a like, subscribe, share this. That does definitely help me. And I'll see you tomorrow, probably.